afternoon, folks. Keith here from Come On The Hoop Celtic. So I hope you're all doing good. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. So let's get to the point. What I'm talking about today is Neil Lennon, what he has to do to achieve the Celtic job on a permanent basis past the end of the season. So I've written down a couple of points, strong points, where I think he has a chance of being an ideal candidate. Now, obviously, with the speculation of Michael O'Neill, Andre Villas-Boas, Roberto Martinez, Steve Clark, Rafa Benitez, David Moyes, the list just keeps going on and on and on. So let's see what we can do. But he has one foot in the door ahead of this. That's the most important. So he's going to be judged on the next 6-7 games that's left if we do get to the cup final as well. So first things first, he needs to beat Aberdeen. That's a massive game on Sunday. He needs to get past his hand and grudge. I understand he's won the Scottish Cup twice as a manager there in 2011 and 2013, but records against Kilmarnock there in the League Cup, Rangers in the final, and Hart losing the Hearts, and then St Mirren as well. Awful times. So we need to get over that grudge. I understand he did come in 60% through the season where Brendan left on horrible circumstances, but we need to move on from all that. So if he wins the Scottish Cup, that would be a massive statement. I think it'd be obviously writing himself in history. Is a point to go to the bar and say, look, I've done treble in the middle of a turmoil crisis, which they claimed. I've done it. So get that wrapped up. The league, obviously, you want the league wrapped up. Frustration that we didn't beat Livingston, but if we can get the league wrapped up away to Hibs, professional approach to it, I think that'd be definitely a big surplus there. It depends what the atmosphere he gets as well off the Hibs fans. I know he's been back there already, but never say never. There's always one or two that show awful approach to former managers. So you never know about that one. Third one is one of the biggest ones. High press, aggressive football. I find recent times, since Lenny's taken over, the players have taken the foot off the pedal a bit, especially at home. They're just letting the lower teams, no disrespect to Livingston and Aberdeen, they're letting the lower teams play. They're letting them do possession in our own half. They're letting them sit back, 10 men behind the ball. That's why you have to press, make sure that they mess up, use a bit of counter-attack football. Look, at the end of the day, Celtic are a fitter team than most of these teams in the league. Better sports nutritionists there at the club, so we definitely should be pressing and playing better football, especially for the players that we have, 100%. So if you can get that to the levels before the end of the season, more attacking football, so we should be going out and bashing these teams 3 or 4-0. I understand 3 points are 3 points, but sometimes we're not getting the 3 points, we're going to get 1 point. So that's my point. Number 4 would be bring back Lee Griffiths before the end of the season. He's in the progress of getting himself fit, training, but if he can get Lee onto that field with the Hoops jersey on before the end of the season, even get a goal or two just to build his confidence up, get him back, it would be a phenomenal thing, a phenomenal story. I think getting Lee back to where he needs is a massive thing. And Lenny knows Lee quite well because he was the one that signed Lee from Wolves back in 2014. So never say never. Hopefully he can get Lee out ready and fit to go. Never know against Rangers in Ibrox. And the next one will be youth players. So we're looking at if we do get the league wrapped up against Hibs, we want to be basically bringing the likes of the young Dembele in, Armstrong, Oxflex, if that's his name. Get him in. He's been playing quite well for the reserves, and even this like compare. I know he's not youth. Obviously, played for Red Bull. If we can get this compare business sorted out, this saga of where is he gonna play? Like, you know, it was brutal rumours that he was gonna play against St Mirren, but if you can give him a go, give him a game or two to see what he's actually made of, and if he's not, adios in the summer, big time. Number 6 is similar to what I was talking about there. If he could find out who needs to go, as Celtic fans, we all criticise, say, this player needs to go in the summer. He's absolutely brutal. He's not worth playing for the club. He's not worth the wages. So if Lenny could sit down and say, okay, Peter, we need to offload this amount of players. They're not showing consistency. They're not playing for the badge. They're wasting dead wages. Just let's get rid of them. Let's build a new squad. Let's get the right people in. And what he needs to do is, for the seventh reason, is have more control of the transfers. Have control. Be more of a part of it, because I think that's what happened as well. What he did late the last time is because he wasn't in control of, okay, can I bring this player in? This lad from Sweden looks quite good. Can I get this lad in? He's valued at 2 or 3 million. Let's go out of the way and stop getting loan players. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come to a stage where we're a feeder club. We're just going to be a feeder club. People are going to come in and use us so they can develop their players and let them go well in their club. It's not fair enough, the odd 1 or 2 players, but not all the time. Like, it's ridiculous. Start insertive spending. You have money in the bank. Let them use it. Let them, if they buy 1 or 2 players, if they get a new centre back or a new striker, let them get someone that's noble. Not one of this business where, oh, this person's meant to be this. Oh, yeah, well, and I've never heard of this lad. Never did heard of this lad. So, massive figure going for expenditure. Be in control of it. That's a big thing. And then obviously recognise players. That was as I said, touched on that. He needs to show, look, I'm an established manager in this league. I want to show what I'm made of. I need to get this lad in. Are you going to back me to get this lad in? That's what we need to do. But overall, if he does all them things, he'd be ahead of the likes of Rafa Benitez, Michael O'Neill, and plus he'd be cheaper wages for them as well. But it's all about the wages. Like, the club deals with that side of it. It's all about getting the person in that fits the suit, does well, fits the description, that can grind the results, that can deliver 10 in a row, and most of all, deliver Champions League football next season. That's what's killing us. With Brendan, we couldn't get there last season, but with Lenny, with his previous European experience as a manager, was with the good times of Barcelona, Benfica's, stuff like that, beat Moscow away. If we can get to that level and get the right recruitment in, and he has a bigger say, I can think good things will happen under Neil Lennon. Just give him time. Give him time. At the end of the day, it's not his team that he's taken over. He's taken over scraps. He needs to get rid of what he thinks is not good enough for this club and bring in fresh faces that can do the job. So that's what I think. That's what I think what he needs to do. If I'm completely wrong, just tell me. I like the feedback, but I just want to say thank you very much for watching the video. I really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Hell.